Well, one part of the law that remains intact is the requirement that all women looking to get an abortion need to have an ultrasound first. Now, research shows about 1 out of every 3 women in the U.S. will have an abortion by the age of 45.
But would seeing the fetus and knowing its features really make a difference? News 8's Pauline Lee joins us now with the science and psychology behind the image.
Well, most women already get at least 1 ultrasound during their pregnancy. Some have more than one than if they have medical concerns that would be considered high risk. But there's research on both sides as to whether there's any psychology behind the image. An ultrasound image contains a lot of information.
It depends on when you're doing it and what you're doing it for.
Dr. Dana Benden is chair of the OB/GYN department at Gunderson Health System. Aside from being able to determine the gender, anatomy, and due date, Benden says doctors are also looking for any abnormalities with ultrasounds.
If we detect an abnormality with an ovary, there's a mass on the ovary, some women might have to have surgery during their pregnancy. Sometimes if it's a fetal abnormality, then that may affect how the baby grows, which then may lead us to do more testing down the line.
But could the image influence a woman's decision to have an abortion? Melissa Hellwig is a psychotherapist at Gunderson. She says there's research to back up both sides.
It's kind of like comparing apples to oranges because you've got 2 very different situations there.
She says there's research that suggests ultrasounds are considered a milestone for women with a desired pregnancy. For those women, it may also increase a sense of attachment. But for women with an undesired pregnancy, there's research that says the image could do nothing at all.
There's a lot of anecdotal evidence, so you can find stories about women who have an ultrasound before a termination who say, yes, it did change my mind. There are just as many women who say it made no difference at all, and there are probably just as many women who say seeing that ultrasound solidified my decision to proceed with the termination.
Now, I also talked to a representative from Planned Parenthood. They say performing ultrasounds is part of its medical practice. However, before this law went into effect, Planned Parenthood always offered ultrasound characteristics to the mother looking to have an abortion. The mother could choose not to hear the information.
Thank you, Pauline. By law, women can no longer receive an abortion after about 23 weeks of pregnancy.
Representatives from Planned Parenthood say the organization only performs abortions up to 19 weeks of pregnancy. Now, we would like to hear what you think. You can join the conversation on our Facebook page. Just go to facebook.com/news8000.